Well, hey, I got Jim Hespenheide from Paul's Chrome in the garage with me today.
Hi.
How you doing, Jim?
Excellent, Dennis. How are you today?
Great to have you back, and it's
Thank
always
you.
bright and shiny when you're here. I
Yes,
gotta
it
say. Well, you guys have been in the Chrome business for, this is in fact an anniversary for you.
This is our 35th year of being in business.
Now that's a long time for any business, but the Chrome business has got, I mean, people dive in and dive out of that.
Yep. And people want to send their parts to a place that has been around and they know is still going to be there tomorrow and isn't going to lose their parts. And we've been in business for 35 years doing antique automobile parts.
Which is, you know, again, that's an admirable thing.
Thank you.
Well, now, of course, you lay down a beautiful chrome finish. That's great. And if I send you a great piece, you send it back to me, you know, bright and shiny again. But a lot of times, that piece I'm sending you is damaged and I can't find another one.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things you guys do that I think is pretty unique is you can, I mean, you can bring stuff back from the dead almost.
Absolutely. Our niche in the industry is working on parts that are in terrible condition and that other shops really don't want to work on or don't have the ability to work on.
So there's a couple Corvette bumpers up here, I guess. Now, and one of these came to you not completely there.
That bumper only had small holes rusted through it. This bumper had the entire end rusted out, and we had to cut patches and weld in to the end. You can see on the back side, but you can't see them on the front side.
Wow.
We get calls all the time that says, people say, I looked and looked and looked for a better part, but mine has a hole rusted in it. Is there anything you can do? Well, we have guys that are really good with hammers, and just like an old blacksmith, we cut out sheets of steel and work them out on a steel table with a hammer until they're the exact shape of the bumper and weld them in. And after we're done with all of the sanding and block sanding and leveling, you can't tell they're there.
Absolutely not. So this whole end was gone. How many pieces had to be put in there to get?
There were 3 pieces of steel. The longest one was 8 inches long, and then 2 smaller pieces to remake this end.
Well, so that's, you know, that's a great example of taking something that was, you know, completely decayed and bringing it back to, I mean, better than new, frankly.
Absolutely. Show finish.
Now here's an interesting thing that you do. This looks like maybe a Nomad or something.
1956 Nomad.
Beautiful bumper, and
Thank
you know,
you.
and no bolt holes at all. I mean, this
No,
is
and originally from the factory, these 2 areas were recessed for the bumper guards.
right.
And there were a whole bunch of square holes in these for the bumper bolts.
Right.
And a lot of our customers restore their vehicles to original condition, but some people like to have a smooth look on bumpers. Some people like to take the 3-piece bumpers and make them a 1-piece. Some people like to eliminate their bolt holes or license plate offsets. We do all that, and it's usually better for the customer to send them to us and let us do all that from the beginning than if they try to modify the bumper themselves, because if the steel isn't lined up properly or if there are pits in their welds, it costs us more work later.
Which costs them more money.
Which costs them more money
and
and time.
show sort of what
Absolutely.
you've done here. So these were recesses.
These were recesses. We cut them completely out, made patches, welded them in, filled the holes, welded studs into the holes, and when you roll it back over, you can't see where those are on the front.
No, and I mean, it's
just looks like one sheet of steel.
If you're doing a custom, boy, you know, I hate putting fingerprints on such a beautiful, but when you're doing a custom job, you want it as perfect as the rest of the car.
Absolutely.
And this is spectacular.
Thank you.
And it's because you guys have been at this so long.
Yep.
And you got the people, and you take the time too. I mean, this is not an inexpensive process,
no.
But you get what you pay for.
Absolutely, and there's no secret to this other than hard work and skilled people.
Which Paul's Chrome has.
Yes, we do.
Well, hey, if you want to learn anything more about bringing pieces back to life or customization or just great chrome, log on to myclassiccar.com. Paul's Chrome, 35 years. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dennis.
AutoGeek.net. We are car care.